Have you ever dreamt of retiring early? Of living life on your own terms without the constraints of a 9-to feast or day 5 job? Picture this, a life where you're not tied to a desk, where you don't have to dread Monday mornings, and where you're free to explore your passions and interests, all while still maintaining financial stability. This is the allure of early retirement, and it's a dream that's becoming increasingly popular. Early retirement is not just about escaping the workforce, it's about gaining the freedom to live a life that's truly yours. It's about breaking free from the traditional path of working until you're 65 and instead embracing a lifestyle that values time over money. And while it may sound like an impossible dream, there are people out there who have made it their reality. They've swapped their briefcases for backpacks, their office chairs for beach chairs, and they've never looked back. Believe it or not, early retirement isn't just a dream for some people. It's their reality. You're probably wondering, how is early retirement possible? The answer lies in a concept known as financial independence, retire early, or FIRE for short. So, what is FIRE? Essentially, it's a lifestyle movement with the ultimate goal of gaining financial freedom. It's about maximizing your savings rate by lessening expenses and investing wisely to reach a point where you no longer need to work for money. And this is where the two main components come into play: financial independence and early retirement. Financial independence is the stage where your assets generate enough income to cover your living expenses. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that you no longer need to work to pay your bills. Your investments are doing that for you. That's financial independence. It's about having the freedom to make choices without worrying about the financial implications. Want to take a year off to travel the world? You've got it covered. Feel like volunteering at a nonprofit without worrying about the paycheck? You can do that too. On the other hand, early retirement doesn't necessarily mean you stop working at a young age and spend your days sipping margaritas on a beach. Rather, it means having the option to leave a traditional 9-to-5 job and instead spend your time doing what you love. It's about taking control of your time while you're still young and energetic. However, FIRE is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's flexible and can be tailored according to your personal goals and lifestyle choices. Some people might aim for a frugal lifestyle to achieve FIRE, while others might prefer a more luxurious route. The key is to find a balance that suits you and your circumstances. In essence, the FIRE movement is about taking the reins of your financial future and living life on your own terms. It's not just about money, but rather about freedom, flexibility, and the ability to pursue your passions and interests. Financial independence is the first step towards early retirement, but how do you achieve it? Achieving FIRE is no easy feat, but it is certainly possible with the right strategies. Let's start with the first strategy: aggressive saving. It's not just about putting away a small percentage of your paycheck. Instead, it involves saving as much as half or more of your income. It sounds daunting, but remember, the more you save, the less you need to live on in retirement. Next on the list is investing. A high saving rate alone won't get you to FIRE. You'll need the power of compound interest. Investing in stocks is one way to do this. You don't have to be a Wall Street whiz to start. There are plenty of resources and platforms that can guide beginners. The key is to start early. Invest consistently and let your money grow over time. But stocks aren't the only investment vehicle. Real estate is another avenue to consider. Buying a property to rent out can generate a steady stream of passive income. It can also appreciate in value over time, contributing to your overall wealth. Last, but certainly not least, is reducing expenses. This doesn't mean you have to live a life of deprivation. Rather, it's about making mindful decisions. Do you really need that new gadget, or could that money be better used elsewhere? Every dollar saved is a dollar closer to FIRE. While these strategies may seem straightforward, implementing them requires discipline, patience, and a focused mindset. And remember, everyone's journey to FIRE will look different. What works for one person may not work for another. The key is to find what works best for you and stick to it. These strategies can set you on the path to financial independence. But don't take our word for it. Let's hear from those who've done it. Meet John and Jane, two individuals who have successfully achieved financial independence, retire early, or FIRE at a young age. John was a software engineer working long hours in a high-stress environment. He loved his job initially, but the burnout started to creep in. He realized he wanted more from life than just a 9-to-5 job. He wanted freedom, the freedom to travel, to spend time with his loved ones, and to pursue his hobbies. John started his FIRE journey by living frugally, saving more than half of his salary every month. He invested wisely in a diverse portfolio, including stocks, bonds, and real estate. He faced challenges along the way, including market downturns and unexpected expenses, but he stayed committed to his goal. After 10 years of diligent saving and investing, John achieved financial independence at the age of 35. Retirement for John didn't mean lazing around all day. Instead, he used his newfound freedom to travel the world, volunteer for causes he cared about, and even start his own tech consultancy. John's story shows us that early retirement is not about escaping work, but about having the freedom to choose how you spend your time. On the other hand, Jane's journey to FIRE was a bit different. Jane was a corporate lawyer earning a high salary, but also facing immense pressure at work. She dreamed of a life where she could spend time with her family and indulge in her passion for painting. Jane's strategy was to maximize her income while minimizing her expenses. She took on additional freelance work, negotiated her salary, and cut down on unnecessary expenses. She invested her savings in low-cost index funds and rental properties. Jane faced plenty of hurdles, including a high cost of living and student loan debt, but she kept her eyes on the prize. After saving aggressively for 15 years, Jane reached financial independence at the age of 40. Retirement for Jane meant more time for her family and her art. She even turned her passion into a source of income by selling her paintings online. Jane's story reminds us that financial independence means having the flexibility to pursue what truly matters to us. John and Jane's stories show that with determination and smart financial planning, FIRE is within reach. Their journeys weren't easy, and they faced numerous challenges along the way, but they stayed committed to their goals, and their efforts paid off. They now live lives that are not dictated by financial constraints, but are instead filled with the freedom to do what they love. These stories of early retirement are not just tales of financial success. They are stories of people who dared to dream, who dared to break free from the conventional path, and who dared to live life on their own terms. John and Jane's stories show us that with the right mindset, the right strategies, and a little bit of grit, FIRE is not just a dream, but a very achievable reality. Now that you've heard their stories, you might be wondering, how can I start my journey towards FIRE? Well, the first step is to start. It may seem like a simple suggestion, but the hardest part of any journey is taking that first step. Every journey to financial independence and early retirement is unique. What worked for John and Jane might not work for you, and that's all right. It's not about copying someone else's path, but about paving your own. This isn't to say you can't learn from others. On the contrary, their experiences can provide valuable insights into what might or might not work for you. The key to success in this journey is to understand your financial situation thoroughly. This involves knowing your income, expenses, savings, and investments. Once you have a clear picture, you can set realistic goals and work towards achieving them. Investing is an essential part of this journey, but it should be done wisely. Diversification is crucial to minimize risk. And remember, it's not about getting rich quickly, but about building wealth sustainably. One more thing, don't forget to enjoy the journey. It's not just about the destination, but also about the experiences you gain and the person you become along the way. Remember, the journey to FIRE isn't a race, it's a marathon. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. We hope you found this video informative and inspiring as we've explored financial independence and early retirement are attainable goals with the right strategies. Remember, it's not just about saving, it's about smart investing, reducing expenses, and increasing income. Start your journey today towards FIRE and enjoy the freedom it brings. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, you might inspire someone to start their journey towards financial independence and early retirement.